Holy smokes, there's a lot to talk about. We're going to start off in Battle Royale, but we're not going to spend too much time. Sus sent me a gift. Okay, I don't know why it's opening the same thing a bunch of times, because he sent me a bunch of things. Okay, thank you so much. I don't know what buckets is. I don't know that that's going to load. It's just buggy now. But Venom is available, and I think that's the key thing today. The dummy skin, Venom, the wrap, if any of that is something that's interesting to you, feel free to use code MIST in the checkout. Not my kind of skin. I'm not personally that interested in Venom. The movie was pretty cool, though, but yeah, Venom is in the game, so if you're interested in running him, Dummy's actually kind of cool, but nothing crazy my style. Dream is in the shop, one of my favorites. Double Cross, Duelist, cool things going on all over the place. Marvel's still here. Let's head over to Save the World and talk about what's going on. So I have never had this much listed, but let's just start in the llama shop. We're at the bat, all the llamas. Mine has a mythic lead, because why not? And holiday llamas are here. Ventures Season 3 has begun. I've made an entire video on those rewards. Link below if you guys want to see what you're going to be able to get from this season. And then Sub-Zero Zenith is, I believe, the first one to join us. I was about to buy him and then check second, but yes, I already have him in the book. I personally already have enough copies of Zenith. I am not going to spend 3,200 gold on him, but if you don't have him, he is worth grabbing. He can freeze enemies in place. He can stop a smasher in its tracks. And I have specifically ignored all of these exclamation points just so we can go through them together. So first and foremost, Elite FROSTNITE is the one thing that I know a lot of people are going to be very interested in, because the banner is returning. I mean, the banner. Not like a banner, not a new banner. No. The event banner is back. That is extremely exciting to me, because I've been repping this thing since 2018, I believe, and I haven't really changed it for anything seriously since. Please, even if I'm recording, especially if I'm recording, but do not whisper at me, people. Yeah, this is very, very exciting. The event banner for the Krampus is here. There are going to be a lot more banners available in the FROSTNITE section. I believe many of these challenges will have their own ones. The Paper Shredder is available. I guess I should probably make that video finally. Snowflake tickets are all over. Ice King is snuck away in the challenges, so it might look like Zenith is the only thing that came back, but yeah, the FROSTNITE dailies, be sure to do these for daily golden tickets. Event repeatable quests, these things you can just do them throughout. That's kind of expected. Those are pretty standard all the time. Holly Jolly Ransom is worth noting, because that reminds me that Crackshot's Neighborhood is returned. Now, I'm not going to jump in game, but I'll pretend like I am so we can check out the new lobby while I'm talking here. Crackshot's Neighborhood is really, really good because presents are everywhere, and most of the time I think they basically give you nothing. Most of the time they give you nothing other than coal. Coal comes from the presents that are like 3, 5, 6 in a house, something like that. There's a lot in every single house all over the neighborhood. So what people do, and I would recommend you do, is they'll farm, like, I mean, you farm to your heart's content, but some people will farm like 10,000 coal in Crackshot's Neighborhood. Is it gonna log me into this mission? I've been queuing an empty server forever. Can I... It's bugging me out, I think. So the idea is that you go into Crackshot's Neighborhood, and then you can just open those presents forever. It says joining existing session. All right. Oh, it's connecting. So I'm trying to look at the zone. It's traveling to lobby. There it is. So obviously everybody's going to see this whether or not they're looking for it, because it's what you're going to see in between every mission. But cool. We get to have that winter theme. So Halloween is officially over. Christmas hasn't quite begun. I think we've got 10 more days. But yeah, the flannel, what is that? What's the full word there? Flannel Falls Venture Zone. So I haven't checked this zone yet, but pretty obviously these are just the autumn zones, the ones we've been looking at for a long time now. So yeah, I will be diving headfirst into Ventures. I do not know what I'm going to do first. I'm not going to promise any videos or anything, but yeah. So on my list, we talked about the banners, Ventures, the new zone, the new loading screen. The rest of the challenges are just sort of Ventures challenges. I'll be knocking those out. I'm sure all of those will give you superchargers on top of the missions, on top of the rewards that I already mentioned in the video that I'm going to link down below. And yeah, so we got the new event shop, Crackshot's Neighborhood. I believe everything is off my list other than the 35 V-Bucks. Now, in spirit of the new event, I'm not going to cover every single mission worth doing. Normally I do that. I point out the 4x rains, you know, the good alerts here and there. But the one thing I want to talk about is the V-Bucks and the missions that if for some reason you decide that you're not going to jump straight into Ventures or straight into FROSTNITE, these will be the missions worth doing. We're going to go through it real quick. 4x perk up in the 82 4 player in the category 4 zone, and then in the 108 4 player there is another just 4x perk up, I believe, something like that. No, it's 4x lightning the bottle. The perk up is later on. So lightning the bottle, wall lights, these things are very, very good. You know, regular drops of rain missions, we do have 4x schematic XP, 4x perk up in the 116 4 player, 4x perk up and re-perk in the 124 4 player, and then up in the 132 zones we do have 4x drops of rain and lightning in a bottle. So if you need to level up any heroes for Ventures or FROSTNITE, these are probably missions you're going to want to run, because that is a lot of rain for one mission. That 205 alert is a big one. 4x Storm Shards, perk up and perk up in the 144 players, 5x perk up and 5x drops of rain, and 5x lightning in a bottle in the 164 players, and you get a legendary survivor on top of that category 4. So those missions are certainly worth doing. I did not find anything in Canny worth doing. There were a couple of missions that were like 3x blue, 1 green, but it wasn't crazy interesting. Other than that, of course, the V-Buck mission, the Category 2 Storm. So that might be the only mission worth running in Canny, other than, you know, all the events going on. So, like, in the wake of all the events. There are okay-ish missions in and around there, but yeah, it should be your focus. 4x Lightning the Bottle in Plankerton, if that's something you need, and then 4x Reperk in Plankerton. And that was pretty much it. Stonewood wasn't really bringing anything to the table other than an anti-air trap. I use these purples, so that could be definitely a highly recommended. But that is it. I know, pretty short video, and I'm not covering every single mission, but yeah, I kind of want to just get out of here early, get you guys going, go run some Ventures. I'm gonna consider loadouts for Ventures because, well, I suppose I could talk about this a little bit actually. Let's postpone that outro a little bit because the modifiers are worth talking about. So headshots will get a ×2 bonus, so every single headshot will be double damage than it usually is, which are already usually double damage. So you'll be doing a lot of damage if you are aiming for the head with your soldier loadouts. Range weapon eliminations reduce active cooldowns by 4 seconds. Okay, so every kill will knock off 4 seconds. That's kind of good. For a soldier, it's not so much. Minigun is pretty easy to spam already, but it reduces melee weapon and trap damage. That's interesting. You're reducing melee damage by using a soldier. Okay. Okay. Super Constructor's building costs are reduced by 66%. Does that mean that walls are going to cost like 4 instead of 10? That's kind of huge. Am I getting that wrong? Is that 3 or 4? That's a lot. If anybody in game has already ran it, feel free to comment. But melee impact damage is increased. Triggering kinetic overload reduces active cooldowns by 4 seconds. That could be all right. Ninjas, I think, might be the winners here because they're, well, maybe Outlanders. We'll talk about that in a second, but ninjas will have their ability eliminations increase your melee damage and attack speed for 10 seconds. So if every single 10 seconds you Dragon Slash through your enemies, your attack speed will go up by 50% for 10 seconds, which is about how long Dragon Slash costs, or at least as long as it takes to cool down. So that could be a really good combo. Melee weapon eliminations reduce active cooldowns by 2 seconds. So on top of that 10-second native cooldown, every kill you get, 5 kills will reduce that's a good combo. And then Shadow Stance's benefits are doubled, reduces range weapon and trap damage. So trap damage might be the nerf to ninjas, because if you run ninja, your traps are going to do less. So there's a lot to consider here. And then of course the super Outlanders, which are way too super. Anti-material charge costs 0 energy. 0 energy. Wow. That is very bold of Epic, which means you could just spam it. I don't think there's any wait time other than the energy cost. And then they gain a fragment every 50 seconds, which will just allow you to throw a Teddy or a Shock Tower. And then passive 30% damage buff to active abilities. Wow. There's a lot to consider here, and there's a lot to think about. So if I come up with any amazing loadouts, I might make a video on it. You might have to bug me about it. But I think that one could be worth running. And then I'll have to play some FROSTNITE, check out what it is. I don't know if it's going to be the same as 2019. Maybe something about the game change that we haven't considered. We'll have to see. I'm out of here. Link down below to the Twitch stream. We're gonna be having some fun tonight.